Hello friends, my name is George, the nice smelling gentleman. So I think I found a sort of a hidden gem of a fragrance. It has good performance, it has an interesting scent profile, and it's very cheap. And the fragrance that I'm talking about is the Noir from the house of Pascal Morabito. So in today's video I'm gonna tell you more about the scent profile, the actual performance, the price, and what this smells similar to. So let's get going. As usual, let's start by taking a quick look at the presentation. The fragrance comes in this very simple looking black box. On the front you got the Noir and Pascal Morabito written. Also down on the bottom there's the bottle size, which is 100 ml, the concentration, which is EDP, and the front part of the box has this sort of a texture feel to it. There's pretty much almost nothing else on the box itself apart from the bottom, where you can find the legal information along with the production date printed. Now probably won't be able to see it, but my bottle was made apparently in May of 2022. And let's take a look at the actual bottle as well. As you can see, it's a pretty simple looking bottle. It has sort of a okay quality. It's not very heavy. The glass, I guess the glass is not very thick. The cap is made out of plastic. It feels cheap, but one good part about the cap is that it's press fitted and it sits very snugly into place, so you can pick up the bottle for the cap itself. You get Noir and Pascal Morabito on the front. That's pretty much it. And there's on the bottom there's a sticker with some information, and again the manufacturing date is printed on the bottle itself, and again it says May of 2022. Just want to quickly touch up on the note breakdown. Now the note breakdown that is listed on Fragrantica says the following: the top notes are incense and apple, the middle notes are cinnamon, agar oud and iris, and the base notes are leather, amberwood and vanilla. Now I'll show you the sprayer in action in a second, and I'll tell you what I pick up from this note breakdown and what I don't. Okay, let me show you the sprayer in action, and I'll talk more about the scent profile. As you can see, the sprayer is very nice, especially considering that this fragrance is very cheap. Okay, so the opening of this fragrance, or the top notes. Now, as I showed you a few seconds ago, as I read the opening, the top notes, they're supposed to be apple and incense, and I can definitely say that that part of the breakdown is very accurate. When you first spray this, you're sort of greeted with a very heavy blast of incense, of smokiness. In fact, that's probably the least enjoyable part of this fragrance for me. I think they've slightly overdone it with that smoky notes in the beginning. But then as a few minutes pass, maybe like 5 to 10 minutes, luckily that heavy smoky note, that heavy incense note starts to fade away, and then you're greeted by the actual apple note. Now when this starts to get more into the dry down, there's the cinnamon starts to get more prominent, the vanilla starts to get more prominent, and there's definitely a leather accord in there as well. One thing that I don't pick up from the listed note breakdown on Fragrantica is the iris note. Now, I don't know what type of iris they used, how they were trying to use it, if there is an iris note at all in here, but I don't pick up on any iris note. When this enters its real dry down, you get this interesting combo of apple, cinnamon, vanilla and leather. The smoky notes, they are still here on the dry down, but they're a lot less prominent compared to the opening. So in my experience, I find the opening a little bit challenging because of that heavy incense dose of that heavy incense blast that you get. But once this starts to dry down, it starts to get really enjoyable for me. Now, if I have to compare this fragrance or tell you what this smells similar to, I would say that this is sort of in the same realm as the Red Tobaco from Mancera. So there's definitely a tobacco note in here that's not listed. It's not as good as the one in the Red Tobaco from Mancera. But if you know how the Mancera smells, or if you already own it and you spray this, you'll definitely pick up the sort of similarities between the two fragrances. Now this feels a bit synthetic. but you should not expect anything else, because as I said a couple of times already, this is very cheap. Now another fragrance this is sort of similar to is Amir Al Oud Intense from Lattafa. The Lattafa isn't as smoky as the Noir from Pascal Morabito, but it's also a sort of a smoky type of a fragrance. So it's on the dry down, it has this it has vanilla in there, vanilla sweetness in there like this one, but it lacks the leather and the apple notes that you have in Noir. So I would say this is not super similar to Amir Al Oud, but you can definitely pick up some similarities between Noir from Pascal Morabito and Amir Al Oud Intense from Lattafa. Alright, let's talk about performance now. Now, this is a sort of a good performing fragrance. It's above average for sure. I've had this for about 2 weeks. I've used it like 4 or 5 times already, and each time I get about 7 to 8 hours of performance on my skin, with pretty good projection in the first sort of 90 minutes. Let's touch up on the price level. I was able to get this for about $14, which sounds crazy to me, because this is quite an interesting fragrance. It's not very linear, it changes over time, it has an interesting scent profile and comes with a pretty good performance. I showed you again, it has the a pressurized atomizer. Now just to round things off at the end of the video, the Noir from Pascal Morabito is a smoky, sweet, leather type of fragrance that has good performance. It's dirty cheap, it's almost perfectly unisex. If you are into Mancera Red Tobaco or Amir Al Oud Intense from the house of Lattafa, you should definitely check out Noir from Pascal Morabito. And so guys, this was all for today's video. I hope that you found this video interesting or helpful. As usual, if you did, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, stay safe, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye bye.